Hello everyone. Today we're going to be unboxing the Zaoworkshop Saint Armour Oracle. Taking a look at the box here, we can see a nice full spread display of the Zaoworkshop Oracle in his standard form and its mobile armor form in the background there. We also get a nice little detailing at its name and the expected scale for this figure, 1 to 100. Over on the side of the box here, we have a nice spread of some of the poses he can take, as well as a sneak peek at that alloy and POM skeleton and its mobile armor mode and some weapons down the bottom here. A nice little picture as well of the mask face can be replaced in flight state. Don't know what that means, guess we'll find out when I've got the kit. So taking a look into the box, the first thing that jumps out is the inner frame. Now this inner frame is packaged in a plastic clamshell. When I first saw it, unfortunately the clamshell was almost completely destroyed. But that doesn't seem to matter, as this kit's inner frame is extremely strong and durable. Like the side of the box said, it seems to be made out of some sort of alloy, probably zinc, and POM plastic on those areas that are left as bare plastic. The kit looks really good, and you can even partially transform it with the inner frame. So I think that's really cool. So the first few runners in this kit are the accent colors. You have A in this really bright orange. You've got B in that standard Gundam red. And you've got C, which is mostly for the clear and effect parts, in a very, very bright and vibrant green. Now this might even be UV reactive. That's something I'll test when I get into the review. So moving away from those brighter accent colors, runners D and E move more towards the primary navy blue that we see on the armor. It's like a dark grayish blue. Unfortunately, one thing I do want to mention about my unboxing of this kit is that I did find at least 4 parts had fallen off the runner in their bags. That's pretty standard for low quality kits. Not really what I'd expected from Zaoworkshop, as I've built their Redeem before and didn't have that issue. But anyway, moving back to the runners, you've got D and E. I believe they're just the same color, but these will form all of the navy blue that you'll see on this kit. Over here on runner H, we have a lightish gray color. This, I believe, is going to be visible on the kit after the fact, so it's not an internal type of gray that most of us are used to seeing, but it does have that very similar shade. Yeah, so that's runner F. Nothing special on this one. Seems to be maybe parts of the wings or the backpack. But yeah, following behind F, we have G. This is in a much, much lighter gray, but it is still gray. We have parts that are also going to be visible on the final armor. These parts up here in the top right corner, I believe, are actually mirroring parts that we saw on the accent colors earlier, which is quite cool. And we seem to have what I believe will be a vent surround for some parts on the legs. But yeah, other than that, runner G, nothing special, just a nice light gray. Runner H is also in that slight gray color. However, I think it might be a little bit deeper on this one. It's a bit hard for me to tell, but the pieces do seem to be largely the same. These do seem to be just extra pieces, likely on the backpack or the weapons. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can see some recessed detail up here, which I believe we usually see details like this, like small vent slits and things like that on weapons. So we'll see if that comes through on the long-range rifles that this kit comes with. But yeah, you'll see that in the final review. So just to speed run a few out of the way, we have runners J, K, and a copy each of L and M. Now I'm speed running these ones because they all seem to serve the same purpose. L and M might be more so for the accessories, and there seems to be a faceplate down there, if that'll focus. Yep. But J and K seem to be almost entirely for the armor pieces, and they're all in a bog standard Gundam white, with a slightly mattish, maybe semi-gloss texture on that armor. But yes, this will form most of the kit's outer armor, because most of this kit follows the standard Gundam formula of being almost completely white. Runner Q is again in that standard master grade gunmetal. However, unfortunately, these two runners are what I like to call the fiddly bits runners, and I hate runners like this. They're on nearly every master grade kit, be that third party, Bandai, or just your high-end kits from companies like Kotobukiya. And they are essentially the dumping grounds for all the small pieces that you get 17 million copies of. Oh look, I've even got one sort of loose hanging over here. And they're all for the finicky parts of the build. Now, I knew I was getting myself into a finicky build. This is a transformable Saint armor, but damn, seeing two of these runners is just so unfortunate. Usually you only see one. One final speed run here. We have runners N, that's two of them, P, two again, and R and T, one of each. Now, these are in that standard dark grey, gunmetal-y master grade type plastic that we tend to see with inner frame components on master grades from Bandai. However, because this kit has a fully pre-molded inner frame, none of these pieces, are likely going to be integral to the mobile suits, the Saint armor's articulation overall. It seems to be that most of these pieces are just going to serve as the components of the inner frame that show out from the kit when it's fully built. You know, pieces like the backplate of the shield, or the backs of skirting armors, as you can see just up the top here, and of course the fingers. So, yep, that's what runners N through P will be. Moving on to the final piece of this pie, we have runners U, just a small little runner there, runner S, not quite so small, and we have the base plate. So the base plate is going to serve for the stand that this guy comes with, and luckily it does come with a stand, because if it didn't, and yet it's got a flight form, that would be quite silly. But yeah, so this will build up. I'm loving the detail on the stand. This isn't just some sort of generic style stand that just has nothing particularly going on with it. It doesn't seem to be interlockable with any other kit. Oh, it's even got ZW0041. That's a little odd. The Zaoworkshop Oracle is listed as ZW002 on the box because it's their second outing. So I'm not really sure what that 0041 stands for. But that's cool. That's still quite a cool detail. It's got the name on the bottom. Yeah, so this is going to build up into a nice detailed action stand, and I can't wait to get it into some flight poses on this bad boy. Thanks so much for watching my run-through of the unboxing of the Zaoworkshop Oracle, guys. It may not be my next upload. I'm hoping that I can get this build done in a couple of days so that I can get this one out to you guys as soon as possible. Unfortunately, working full-time does put a bit of a stop in that, but I'm going to do my best to get that kit out to you guys as soon as possible. However, it may not be the next thing you see on this channel. Thanks again so much for watching. If you haven't already left a like, please make sure you do so, and subscribe to this channel for more model kits and other robot reviews.